Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NFL Edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, your co-host, Sebastian. Talking Thursday night football, recapping what went down last night in the NFL Association. We had the Bills versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins struggling to start the season, right? Coming into the game 0-2. The Bills off to a 2-0 start. So both teams are off to just two different types of, right? Starts to the season. Dolphins, right? Start off the game. They did well receiving the ball off the kickoff, got good yardage, got off to a good start. Ever since then, the game went downhill. The Bills did their thing. How do you feel about the game in its totality?
It went exactly how I said. If we look back and roll the footage, I said that it was going to make it a competitive game and it was going to fold in that fourth quarter. And that's exactly what they did, Justin. They did exactly what I said they was going to do. Because you know why? This team is only good for 3 quarters. And they're never good against an elite quarterback teams. Against elite teams, they fold under pressure. I don't know what it is, but they can't. If this was a Thursday night game and it was probably playing the Seahawks, we would think Tua was back. We would think everything was all good and gravy over there, though. But when it comes to these elite teams, like the Kansas City Chiefs, the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, they just can't get it done. And I've seen a stat to where Josh Allen is 14-1 against the Miami Dolphins. When I say that's rent-free, he owns stake in this Miami Dolphins team. He might be Josh Miami Dolphin Allen. That's what it is, man. They're going to have to name a stadium after him, though, because he owns so much leverage on that shit. And last night was just one of those nights to where you see it, though. Overall, I'd say for the most part, offensively, you did see a Dolphins team that did get going a little, relatively spreading the ball. Jaden Waddle's one of those guys to where we thought he had promise going into, that year 1, year 2 of that experiment with him next to Tyreek Hill. We thought it was a deadly offense to where your wide receiver 2, Damien could be a wide receiver 1 at any given night. You know what I'm saying? So we see flashes of that. We see Devon Achane, someone who's been the most consistent factor for this team, in my opinion. He didn't really have one of the best games though, but he's done a little bit of everything, whether you need to get in a receiver slot or run the ball for them at periodic times throughout the game. He's one of those people that has done it for them. Ali Gordon, welcome to the party. Somebody that got the party in Tyreek Hill. One of the best route runners, but when I look at it, he's not catching those deep route balls like we usually see. So I seen it coming. The writing was on the wall. Played good for relatively 3 quarters. Then when it came down to it in the fourth quarter, what Tua do? He threw that pick, and I seen it coming. Watching the game with Fabe, we both said this is a big third. What was it? 3rd and 10, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, something. It was a big third down though in that fourth quarter to where I said to myself, Tua is not getting that first. He's not getting that first. And I'm not trying to hate, but it's just like you see it like now. Now it's expected out of him to throw a pick in a crucial moment of a game against the elite teams. So it is what it is. On the Buffalo side of things, though, they just rolling. I think with them, the Buffalo Bills more so, you really see, and I say time and time again too with them, it's really a team effort. You have you have an elite quarterback, superstar MVP quarterback, and just people that know how they play the role. James Cook, has been a consistent running back for them throughout the whole season thus far. Beat that, it's only 3 games still, but he's done his thing though. Dalton Kincaid has looking like one of the least thus far. What am I missing? Khalil Shakur, another person, the Keon Coleman's of the world, the Dawson Knox of the world. Like, feel me? They didn't even add Gabe Davis yet. Once he deals back to, that's another weapon that's been on this Buffalo team that has been, a part of this offense and knows where to get the ball this far too. So I'm looking at all this, and they just a team that they're very comfortable within the offense that they run. They're comfortable. They trust their quarterback and Josh Allen to make the right reads, to know when to run the ball. It's just, feel me, great chemistry, and you see it, and that's why they're off to a 3-0 start. And Josh Allen is the favorite to become a back-to-back MVP, just off the strength of how well this team meshes together and the type of chemistry that they have, though.
Yeah. How I viewed the game, it went how I expected. Also, that the Bills were just gonna win the game. I was not impressed by the Dolphins. I don't think they. I just feel like the Bills just played down to their competition. The Dolphins were not good. Shout out to the Tyreek Hill and right Waddle, because I feel like they made major plays that made the offense just look a little bit better than it really was. Like they wasn't gonna beat the Bills. I just wasn't impressed by anything by Miami. And I just think the Bills was just they just made it look easy. This wasn't a competition for them. I can't put too much stock into this game. The Dolphins just need I think it's either the quarterback or the coach because to be off to an 0-3 start and the offense to me just looks relatively pedestrian just for the most part. Tyreek Hill's gonna make some plays because he's talented, right? Waddle's gonna make some plays because he's talented, right? Devon's gonna get some yards because he's talented, but the offense as a whole, once it goes up against these great teams, just isn't gonna get it done. Like I think the Bills, that wasn't even the best type of Bills that we can see. I think we can see a much better Bills. I just think they were just playing down just to the competition, right? The Dolphins didn't impress me. It doesn't make me feel great as if I was a fan moving forward. And Tua's just gonna be Tua, man. He did make that crucial play just late in that game, and it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Like we said, he's about one more interception away from joining the bloodline. Yo, that's hilarious. But my question to you is though, if you're the front office, who goes first though? Are you going with the coach and Mike McDaniels, or are we going with
Well, that's how it's
starting quarterback?
that's how it usually goes in sports anyway. The coach is more just dispensable, right? I'm pretty sure that I don't know his contract tours. I gotta look at that to see, but the coach is just much more expendable to go. I give them about another 2 games. Like if I mean 0-5, like your season's kind of just over, right? I don't think that this is the type of roster or the type of team to come back from a
Oh hell
0-5
no.
hole. I give them another. I give them another 2 games, and I think the front office is going to just look in a different direction. I already think behind the scenes they're already looking at potential candidates. I already seen a report come out, so the writing's just on the wall.
It's just a matter of what game and when does it happen.
Right, right, and then you're gonna bring in a new coach. You're gonna try it again, but then then it's gonna come down just to it, right? I said last time he just gotta take a look in the mirror. He's just not playing well enough. Period. Right? He's just really a bottom five QB right now. He's just like I never thought like I don't think 4 seasons ago people would have been saying that what Baker Mayfield is just way better than him. All right, like this is just I don't know. These are the type of conversations that we thought we was gonna have, but Dolphins they just gotta blow it up.
Yep, definitely time to blow it up. Um, if you're gonna do anything, you get back assets for who has value in this league. And right now, your best bet is Tyreek Hill. But one thing I do want to say, and this is on the media side, whoever the fuck that reporter was in the fourth quarter that's bringing up this nigga's personal life when there's a game going on. It's like that's fucking out of power. You're talking about Tyreek Hill's battling domestic violence abuse and the divorce. Bitch, what the fuck that got to do with the fucking game? That shit was just mind-boggling to me. Did you hear that?
Nah, but
I was gonna play it for you, bro. And I think this is a part of the episode where I like to bring up shit. That was crazy though. bro, literally just brought up his whole his whole life.
Yeah, this is not the first time I mean that's happened in sports. I mean, I get your point if you don't want to talk about. I mean, it's public knowledge anyway. Everyone already knows about it. Her to say it, is there people in her ear telling her to say it? Like I don't know behind the scenes. Like,
Bruh, that's like, well, that's like some Malika Andrews shit. Like,
so let me ask you,
this out of
hold
everything
on, let me
going
ask you a question. If you was in that situation, right, and your boss is in your ear telling you to bring that up and you're getting paid, are you not gonna do that and get fired?
you know what?
No, I'm just asking you, like, and I'm not saying that's the position she. I don't know why people do what they do.
Yeah, it had to be, but it's like beginning of literally in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Let me see if I can find this video. If I can, I'll just move on from it though. But that shit was kind of crazy. Well, to me, like I'm hearing about this, and I'm just like,
No, listen, she might have been on some battle rap shit. Like she got the paperwork. You feel me? She had to expose what was going on, and she went around one. Like, I mean, I don't know. She
nah, yeah.
feel me? She had to get her shit off, and feel me? Smack let her get her round off, and that's how, bro. That's how battle rap go, bro. You got to be prepared for like the type of low attack.
Okay. Yeah. All right, there we go. NFL Prime.
Nah, Seb's on a mission to find this video.
Cause bitch, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Okay, hopefully this doesn't. All right. I'm a Reddit guy now. Damn, people are already saying good. Fuck Tyreek Hill. Damn, people are yo. Okay, let's see how good this audio is.
The NFL is investigating accusations month related to his divorce. Hill's ex-wife alleges he was violent with her on 8 separate occasions dating back to January 2024.
Yeah, I got it.
He's denied
Bro.
it. He has not been charged criminally. In 2015, Hill pleaded guilty to domestic violence charges stemming from his time. I don't know investigating accusations of domestic violence against Tyreek Hill and filings made earlier this month related
You
to
tell me what the fuck this guy doing.
The NFL is investigating accusations of domestic violence against Tyreek Hill and filings made earlier this month related to his divorce. Hill's ex-wife alleges he was violent with her on 8 separate occasions dating back to January 2024. He's denied this and has not been charged criminally. In 2015, Hill pleaded guilty to domestic violence charges stemming from his time at Oklahoma State.
Like, you tell me what the fuck that got to do with anything.
I said, I don't know, bro. I can't speak on that woman. I can't speak on that situation. I hope that Tyreek Hill can get those things cleared up, because if that is true, I don't listen. Maybe she's trying to bring awareness. Maybe and I'm not trying to choose a side. I'm just trying to say maybe why she would say that. Maybe she's been through something like that, and maybe she feels she got a platform to say something like that. Just for the word. Reporters have just brought up. I feel like, yeah, like you brought up the Malika Andrews thing. She did that. I forgot who she spoke about, but I don't know. I know that, right, sometimes they be wearing the headset. A lot of people be in their ear. right? So that was a long-winded kind of thing. I feel like if they wanted her to stop talking about that, they would have been like, just chill. She was kind of going on a rant. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
bro,
like,
it's
I
putting
don't.
a nigga life out there on the line. In the fourth, it's not even like the first quarter or something like that. The fourth quarter, everybody's watching. Feel me? Thursday night football. People are watching. Everybody's probably like, because me, first of all, if you do that, you can do that like wrong place, wrong time. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying what she's not saying is not facts or somebody's not telling her to say that though. But I'm just like, niggas don't want to hear that shit in the fourth fucking quarter, man. Bitch, get back to the game, man. It's 21 to fucking 27. Why are you telling me about a nigga's life right now?
No,
And
but it's like you feel me. Like she did it now, and now look, we're talking about it, right? So it adds to the propaganda. Like I said, this is public knowledge, so I don't like this. Doesn't change. I don't really like. If I didn't even really peep that she said that, but it wouldn't have made me feel like I just don't. Like I already know. Like ESPN literally reported it. Like it was like they announced it. Like so they kind of dropped his public knowledge. That now he has like all platforms. Are you mad?
no, it's not that I'm mad. It's we're taking away from the game now. And that's why I said there's a time and a place for everything. But that's what threw me off. That's why I brought it up. Because it was the time and the place. Thursday night football. Why are you telling me about a nigga's like domestic disputes? Feel me? Why are we not focusing on the game? And that's why when we and you talk, we talk about new media. Like we're taking away from the game. Like explain how the fuck do we get 21 to 27? Explain how the Dolphins are coming out differently in this approach, trying to win this game against a team that's 2-0, and that just fucking came back from one of the largest deficits in fucking opening night fucking Sunday football. Explain that, but instead you want to deep in a nigga's life, and it's just like we taking away from the game, man. Fucking educate the people, man. Educate the people as to what's going on, not what's going on outside of a nigga's life. You had the whole pregame show to do that shit. The whole first half to do that. You could do that shit at halftime. Fourth quarter time, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about nothing. Well, me personally, feel me? Like that's his business. That's what he got going on in his personal life. But in the fourth quarter, I ain't trying to hear that, nigga. I'm trying to hear about Thursday night football. Like that was my point on that. That's why I brought it up too, because I'm hearing that. I'm like, what the fuck did she just say? I'm like, yo, what does this have to do with anything in the fourth quarter, man? But once again, I feel like that's new media. Feel me? Once your information is out there, it's out there for the public. Like you said, maybe somebody could have been in their ear saying, "Oh, bring light to the Tyreek Hill situation." But I don't know, man. I just feel like this is a time and a place for everything. And you know what I mean? Whoever is doing it for, I think it was Amazon Prime. I don't think it's ESPN. I think it was Amazon Prime because on TV to live watch the games. So I don't know what it could have been, but I wasn't feeling that too bit.
Right. I definitely see where you're coming from. I can't say too much on that. Shout out to that platform. Once again, my main focus. I hope that Rico can just continue to perform on the field, and in terms of his personal life, God bless him, and I hope he could, clear up both those
Rumors,
situations.
allegations.
But this Sunday we're going into week 3. Give me your primetime game. What is the game you're looking forward to the most? And give us one set. We don't want you to tell us the whole slate because we didn't. That's not what we asked you. We want to know what's the primetime game, the one that you want to sit down for, and you got to see this. What's the matchup?
Okay, let me just double check
Because then you take all that. No,
for Sunday
not for Christmas,
or
just for Sundays.
Okay, so for this week's primetime game of the week for 7 is going to be the Eagles versus the Rams in a playoff rematch. And I'm telling you now, the Rams are about to win. Take the Rams money line because you know why? Matthew Stafford, he got an elite duo in Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, welcome back, man. Feel me? They thought you was done for in the Jets. But what I seen last week, that boy's ready to cook with hot grease. That boy's ready to cook with hot grease. And I'm expecting Kyron Williams to have a better performance. Relatively pedestrian thus far. You know, a lot of carries for not as much rushes, but that is going to change. And Blake Corum, too, is running back, too. I've been seeing him do a little bit of 1-2 lately, too. I just think that this team right now, both offensively and defensively, are very solid. And I think if there's anybody that could counteract what the Eagles got going on, I feel as if it's the Rams, though. I trust Sean McVay as a coach. He's very eager. I know he had this matchup checked down on the schedule, and I'm excited to see how both teams perform, though. But I think that the Rams come out and they beat the Eagles in Week 3's matchup, and that is Sebastian's fucking game of Sunday. Y'all better tune into that game because it's gonna be a good one. Guaranteed.
No, shout out to that game right there. It definitely should be an interesting matchup. I would say the game for me that I'm most eager to see, just easy enough, it's just gonna be the Sunday night game, the final game of the night, the Chiefs versus the Giants. I think that's gonna be a very interesting one. Really, just on the Chiefs side, because I just can't remember the last time a Mahomes team ever started off 0-3. Now, not saying that they wouldn't even be, but I think it would just make for a very interesting type of season for them. We all seen what happened with Travis Kelce in his last performance. Basically, had an opportunity to put the Chiefs right just in the commanding seat, and he dropped. He's not able to hold on to the ball, bobbles it. It goes down the other way, right, and almost leads to a pick six. So I'm interested to see how he responds in this game. I've seen a lot of people just speaking about him, speaking about his performance. I remember what you sent in the chat, and I seen what's his name again? Shannon Sharp was one of the best tight ends of all time, right? Just speaking about how he doesn't seem locked in enough. He's not doing the simple mechanics that probably would have prevented him from even being in that situation. And I feel like when you sent that, he kind of said what we both said, that there's no excuse, but all they have is just people. They don't have any prime time dudes. They don't, right? When you look at Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they don't have a Derrick Henry, right? They don't have a Zay Flowers, right? When you look at the Bills, they don't have a James Cook. They have some decent dudes, but it's just not going to be able to get it done. I don't think in 2025 in today's NFL, averaging 20 points, especially against these elite teams, just is not going to be able to get it done. Now they're supposed to get Worthy back, I believe, this Sunday. He could have came back last Sunday, but they wanted to just take their time with the situation. So that's gonna help, but they're just gonna have to lock in now. It is the Giants. So what not a better team to officially start your season against, because the Giants just aren't that good. I'm not fooled because they scored a lot of points against the Dallas Cowboys. But no. Can we at least see something for 2 games in a row? Let me ask you this. No, because I know you're one of the people that's like amazed now with this offense and think that, can we see it for 2 games in a row and against a team that's no, I'm just saying, like, so
I don't know. Sometimes all you have is hope. for the city of New York, all they have is hope. They think they're getting prime Russell Wilson is damn near moved up in the wide receiver ranks. Everybody talking about either him now or Justin Jefferson. We just skipped the Jamar Chase to the world. We skipped the Puka Nacua.
Listen. The Chiefs is still right. One at least I would say upper half of a defensive team just in the NFL still, right? So I would want to see if the Giants can replicate that just on their end, right? It was very high scoring for them. I don't expect that to be right executed again in this Chiefs game just due to what Andy Reid wants to do on just the defensive end. But I expect the Chiefs to win. I expect Mahomes to throw for at least 200 yards. Now I feel like now in 2025 that's like pulling teeth. But it's like, brother, like the 108, 110 is just it is nice, and I know he can run the ball, and I'm not saying he has to prove anything because if he was but I'm just expecting a vintage performance just to build some momentum, right? Just start to give the fans and the fans have been spoiled for almost for the last 4 to 5 years, but it's like, and then for all the people saying how the dynasty's over and overreacting, that's ridiculous. Like, this is a team last season that we seen damn near almost go undefeated last season and almost win it all, and their offense was the exact same pile of crap.
You know that comes with that territory, though.
Of course, this is the team you're going to criticize, right? This is when Golden State in that year, the big topic, they just won the last 2 titles, right? But it's like we also know there are teams that are here to punch them in the face, right? We see what the Eagles did. We see what the Ravens want to do. We see what the Bills did, right? We even seen what the Chargers did, right? In that Week 1 game in Brazil. So the Chiefs, I feel like this is a game where they have to make America calm down real quick. And once again, the perfect team to do it against just with the New York Giants.
If it was the Jets, by all means, everybody by let's chill. The Giants, though, the people, trust me, there's a lot of people, if there's better odds, there's people taking the Giants on the plus, though. But the thing where I have the confusion is more so is you don't know what where they didn't score. They only had a fucking field goal against the Commanders. The Commanders had suffocating defense to get them, though. So I'll take that part to accountability, too, though. So you don't know what you're going to get out of the Giants from this season, though, because I'm not going to bypass Week 1. Like, that didn't just happen, though. Like, Russell Wilson didn't look like crap. Style performance game 2. Hell of a performance game 2. Game 3 now is, okay, where the fuck do you want to be? Now, I'm seeing reports of them head coach being in a hot seat, though. And now, still pointing out to if you go 0-3, are we looking at starting Jackson Dart? Are we looking at that? It's been talks, I'll tell you that.
I don't think if they lose to the Chiefs, Russell, if they were to like lose to the Chiefs like really bad, and Russell Wilson got like 2 to 3 picks, and he's not, then I could see them moving that direction. But if it's a close game, and the Chiefs end up winning, with a field goal in the fourth quarter, Mahomes just does his thing, and Russell Wilson has at least 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, they'll continue to just keep moving in that direction with him. Because once again, with these rookie quarterbacks, you see that they can't just come in and just do these amazing things. We just seen J.J. McCarthy just had that historic 1 game, was asked the next game, and now he's injured. The rookie seasons for the NFL quarterbacks are very up and down. You have Russell Wilson, you still have James Winston, right? Who we know on any given night can he have one of the best games we've ever seen in the NFL, and then on the next game look like one of the worst quarterbacks to ever lace him up. All right, so it's gonna be an interesting game, a perfect game to end the night, right? Chiefs, Giants. Once again, you brought up Eagles, Rams, right? There's also that huge game on Monday night, which we're all looking forward to. Should be very high scoring, right? With the Lions and the
Who got that game?
Ravens. Yeah, we could just do an early prediction, even though we'll talk more about it as we get closer to it. Just on the top of my head right now, gun on my head, after Week 1, I beat up on the Chicago Bears, but that's the Chicago Bears, and they're not a good football team. So this is gonna be a good matchup for the both of them, right? Because now for the Lions, man, they could say, well, they're only winners against the Browns. Right, so both teams are gonna want to make this is a statement game, that top 5 QB conversation, right? And Lamar Jackson, obvious. Well, for Lamar Jackson, even if he was to win or lose this game, he's judged on the playoffs, and can he get it done? Even if he was to win on Monday night, it will look good, something to talk about on that Tuesday morning, right? On First Take and all these various platforms, but that's not gonna move the needle for me on no Hall of Fame talks or no anything, right? So I think it would be more just for the Lions because I still think there's people who are still doubters on them, right? Especially after their collapse in the playoffs last season. I think people know that the Ravens are just gonna make it through the regular season, but depending on that matchup, can they execute in the playoffs? So that's how I feel right now that the Ravens though should win that matchup.
I'm going the complete opposite. I'm going to Detroit Lions and their explosive offense too. When I just watched the Lions,
It wasn't explosive week one. I'm just saying it wasn't. When they played a good defense.
shit, Packers defense is amazing, and like we said, you see why you just seen why that Micah Parsons is the game changer. I just watched it for 2 games though, so
Nah, I
credits to
said,
Green
bro,
Bay defense.
I
though.
came on here
That
and
might
said
be
that. I
the
said
elite
after that
defense.
game too, I seen the effect that he had. You said,
So I can't even say it against that though. Are the Ravens defense gonna be as elite? That's yet to be seen. But I feel like once you get that game under your belt now to where you realize like you need a game to beat up on a team. You really need a game to everybody's a little more comfortable. Just like remind yourself who you are. You know what I'm saying? That game against the Bears, feel me? You know you're gonna win that game, but it's the manner and style which you win that game to send the message, not only to the locker room that chill. Week 1 was just week 1, feel me? But you gotta remember who you are as a team. And damn it, that's exactly what Jared Goff did for everybody on that fucking Detroit Lions team. Now he knows who he is already. When you really go back and watch him and what he said on the sideline, if he's not getting the right amount of touches as a receiver, he's upset though because he knows he's one of the upper echelon receivers in this league too. So I look at it like that as well too. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to do his thing regardless, though. One of the quickest running backs that we have in this league. Derrick Henry's a freight train, but Jahmyr Gibbs, I feel like he just, for what he's able to do, he plays he has feet like a boom, go on. David Montgomery, still, I feel like he still might be a little weary because of the injury he had dated back to last season. Like, I know he had like a full offseason recovery though, but he's gonna get on board as well. The Jameson Winston, the Sam Laportas, feel me? The list goes on with this team for me. And I just think that they're gonna get the chemistry going. It's gonna be a shootout though. Don't get me wrong though. Lamar Jackson does not shy away from a shootout.
yes, but I feel like if it comes down to the fourth quarter, right? I feel like it's gonna favor the Ravens because Lamar Jackson being able to just get out of that pocket and make plays with his legs, it's just gonna be vital, right? I would trust them more in that fourth quarter if it's close, which I think everyone's expecting it to be for Lamar Jackson, just to just be a lot more comfortable out there.
All I can say is don't let the Lions get off to a hot start in that first half.
And listen, and you know how the coach likes to gamble a lot, man. That's gonna come
Dan
back.
Campbell, yeah.
You know that.
He gambled on the fourth, yeah.
All right.
That's his philosophy,
and the Ravens with this type of offense will feast them.
Well, maybe they should take a page out of Dan Campbell's book. Because look, remember we was talking about before that. Oh, kick it. When D-Hop caught that slant route, literally put them right there to 4th and 1. I was saying go for it. They kicked it, and then they trusted their defense more than they trusted their offense. Dan Campbell trusts his offense way more than his defense too. So it came back to bite him, but in a regular season game, I don't think it's gonna hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes for better entertainment, though. Trust me, it makes for better ratings, though. So I'm expecting that. For all my wrestling fans, I'm sorry. I don't even think I'm gonna be looking at wrestling. Just for the fact this is just a good game though. I watch after though, cause shout out to my nigga Santi, Chargers fan too as well. Shout out to Santi. So I watched the recap on his page though, but other than that though, this is just a game that you don't want to miss. 2 elite quarterbacks, 2 elite offensive teams too. You don't want to miss that.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. And just to bring it up, you owe me bread, bro. You know that. We bet it week 1, bro. Cowboys versus the fucking Eagles, bro.
Did I not say plus?
It's on footage. No,
Put it up. Pull it up, because I don't know.
I'm just saying. Wait, so hold on, man. Are you saying right now you have no recollection of that? I'm just asking, yes or no?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I remember me saying.
All right, bro. When I find it, listen. I'll find out. I'm just saying to you. I'm just saying the fans know, so we're all waiting to know. Like, what are you gonna send the money over, boys? I get it.
I said plus. I said plus.
I don't know, man.
But if I did, I'm
no, we can go double or nothing.
For what? Monday night?
For Monday night.
All right.
All right, so we're setting. All right, so the pot. I'm leaving the. Wait, so what are we doing, bro?
I don't even know what the pot was to begin with. Yo, we really gotta
I'm
start.
I'm about to look
back at the footage.
In the footage and see what the bet was, bro. Cause we gotta start on that inside the NBA shit, writing that shit on the post-it, and niggas gotta stand on that, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? I don't want to have to send the Crips after you, bro. Yo.
Chat, I'm experiencing technical difficulties.
Wait, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, you're good. You're good now. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of It's Debatable NFL edition. Once again, we recapped that Thursday night football game where the Bills was able to get that win over the Dolphins. Dolphins 0-3, Bills 3-0. Sunday football is coming up. All your favorite teams will be playing. So make sure to watch those games, bet responsibly. Everybody be safe. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the video. Follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable _. Follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and developments on the platform. Free to wave jersey.
Let's try.